growing perception, whether real or imagined, when you take the NDC party establishment, they seem to be on a coalition course with the seat of the president, which is the presidency. Me just say what they were so to form what is answer me so we say party it take a position against the presidency anyway into as a friction be or term any other. You may have heard that. What do you make of it, Felix?
I first of all maintain that.
Okay.
And I don't think there's even basis for science and the canon. It is not unusual for people to speculate in this regard. In fact, party BIBD or minus should be has suffered that population. Like I said, I want Mantonio for a president. There was a time he was, in fact, at the year necessary, say, Obesia MPP delegate to speak to them. A whole of time, as someone said, so we a messenger or a memoir, a yes, so they your friend saying,
General Secretary,
that is where that thing came from. And at the time, when I'm for it, I said, passing the boy food because on your way, there was some friction and they were no politics. It is usual speculation in Ghanaian politics and governance circles. But as I speak to you, I'm not aware of any friction. My main said, a party chairman and general secretary of NDC. They attend cabinet into major decisions about we take they are part of the delegation. So if there was friction, I'm not sure that they will be invited to cabinet to take part in deliberations concerning how to govern the country. So I also know of regular interactions between the leadership of the party and the president. They have access to the president. So we all have very good relations. Many a minister and now I'm many party general secretary. And your chairman, General Mosquito, because we have that cordial relation. So there's really no friction, except saying once we are coming to government, which will say it varies on patronage.
Yes.
It will be actually said in reality, also no.
Sure.
And I say, Obia also be Sabeka. Naturally, it breeds a certain level of, if you like, and so to me, the Kasaba say, will be a fool, and I say, but those things are very normal in our policy, and then the SRC, and then also the but it does not really affect the way that the country is governed. So there's really no risk.
Those who have made that argument have cited 2 or 3 instances. Number one,
give me the instances.
Number one, the General Secretary recently condemned or Moana calling for a 3rd term for John Mahama, calling them sycophants. And the people thought it was a direct swipe at the presidency. Number 2, recently, party, the neck and the neck of the party. Eba can say we a government appointed up so running for party officer 6 months to time. Was do a juma eto. Some appointees feel say it's a slap on their face because Omufi said they are being unnecessarily targeted by the party. I spoke to the Deputy General Secretary of the party. Said, was the president, who is the leader of the party, aware? And did he approve that decision? I mean, when to me, I'm a direct answer or coin cycles, Anna, Ujaito, and it was obvious the president didn't approve that decision from in command in AD, Some feel say these instances nature say all is not well between the party and the presidency.
Let's examine the 2 instances. Any time, sir, won't say that the Asom and Mama in fact, President Mama has explicitly denied it. And the law, he was actually in a meeting with the president of Singapore. That was Singapore. And so he said it on an international platform.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
So he has put it on record. So on what basis is anybody going to suggest say on Anthony person or contest them? Say General Secretary Kase, Omwa, and then I'm going to answer. But indeed, there are people who have said those things.
Sure.
But the people are free to say what they want. So I'm asking. Obi, me say Obi, me say 2024 and at 28 about one would be president to Kudina. It is my view about you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I won't obey it.
Sure.
You understand me?
Sure.
Aha. But if there are others who are saying that propagating it, that's a general secretary say, well, not papa, it's yin chaswa. Meaning how that constitutes a friction between the party and the government. If it were the case, say for the mama, I declare intentions of a contest, and I general secretary. Then you can talk about friction. But what is the basis for the friction? Because the general secretary has called out Nipebi as the man who is president has said, you have to do the so there's nothing to have friction about. Number two, the party guidelines back. Now or say, we appointee of government now person could be your party more. We put that for we should be and place about one. Again, it is not new. And you have the football. He caused about 7 or so ministers in his government to resign a year to the election because they wanted to contest the NPP prime.
Yes.
Yes, so it is not unprecedented. The party believes, say, in order to create a level playing field, so that Obi are abusing the position towards contesting the party position, and also Obi answer abayed mediation is an Anton pre Dibia. Now, which means the focus of corporate party Ghana, and means resign 6 months to election. How does that constitute pressure between the party and the people in government? I think it's a fair proposition. So we are office holder. You resign within a reasonable time, and so on have to praise. Otherwise, you'll be conflicted.
Yeah, but because it involves appointees of the president.
Yes.
And the president being leader.
The president are bound by party guidelines.
I get you.
Yeah, the appointee of the president.
Yes.
I don't know parliamentary seat 2028. I will have to go by the party guidelines. Except that in my case, the law does not require me to resign. Because in parliament, you can be a minister and be an MP.
Yes.
So that one doesn't arise.
Yes.
But if I was the CEO of an entity and any other office holder outside of a ministerial way, I'll be required to resign. It is only fair. It makes sense. How does saying that and after developing these guidelines constitutes a rift between the party and how does it target anybody? It doesn't target anybody.
Yeah, but these are.
Let me also add.
Okay, Felix.
Even assume you said there was a disagreement.
Yes.
Between the party and government in terms of policy position, and I say how to set the line. That is not a bad thing. Because I have been in government. 2 ministries have disagreed on policy before. That in itself is not bad. It only means that we are thinking about how to develop our country, how to run governance properly, and at the same time maintain a strong and healthy party.
Yes.
But to say because the general secretary of the party has said this, things that you and I can attest to say, they are sound and reasonable. There is friction. I don't get it, to be honest with you. And in any event, it has really nothing to do with I also West. I also East
in sense. But not me, Busa say, because these are appointees of the president, helping the president to prosecute his agenda for Ghana. Some of these appointees were drawn from the party. Ebi direct party executives or mampenyi power say omumrame som e wona ban. If the party is going to take a decision, which decision may deprive the president of these people of the use of human resource we are? You think the president should not be a critical part of that decision?
But why do you agree to say the president is unaware of it? So where is that assumption coming from? But the president come and tell you, sir.
No, but I told you, sir, many general secretary of the deputy general secretary didn't come. I asked him a direct question, say, on the day the decision was made, was the president in attendance at NEC or say no? Did the president approve of that decision? He couldn't give an answer.
But it doesn't mean that the president was not aware. The president doesn't have to attend a NEC meeting to be aware of the party decision. But you see, the point is that as a party, we operate according to rules. Why? If the party chairman, general secretary, HB cabinet to deliberate over some of the most important policy decisions are about to take here.
Yes.
Why should it be difficult for the president to be party to a party decision. The president doesn't need to come and tell you, say, that is what happened. If the regulations as have been set out by the party general secretary were unfavorable, were illegal, or were inimical to the interest of the party, you would have heard clearly, retorts and answer rebuttal. But nothing of the sort has happened. Number two, I don't even see how complying with the guidelines, top of contested party position now, with an 6 months to the time law, can constitute deprivation of the president of Sani panel services. Omanpenini Epau said the minister, and I believe the behavior. Your primary responsibility is to focus on that job. So you leave and then you go and do it. What mean you never doing at the same time? But of course, practically, there have been people who have been co-opted from the party to serve in critical positions.
Yes.
You will find that in most instances, are their deputies. Because practically, it's not possible to be a minister and say a high-level government official and who
still do party work,
which requires intense work, day-to-day work. In fact, there are many of those who themselves have declared intense contest because they know the workload that they carry. It will not permit the sufficient attention to be paid to the party position as well. So that in itself is not an issue. So a personal decision, and I make it say I want to retain my position in government or I want to serve the party. You make that position, but say you have to comply with guidelines. And itself does not constitute a risk at all.
Very well, Felix. My say I thought say we